You know, a lot of young people nowadays, they're going through so much, whether it be in their home or things like that. Some maybe even have one parent or something like that. They just need the chance to be a child and to live and to enjoy life, you know. And I'm sure that the Laurel Lake Baptist Camp is just really reaching out to these young people. When they get there, they're treated, it's just so kind and loving.
Absolutely. I told my staff, you know, we want the kids to come to camp. We want them to have fun. We want them to have a good time. We want them to, you know, to be able to hear the, you know, the message that God would have them for that week.
Oh, that's powerful.
And through that, you know, we kind of, we just try to share the love of the Lord.
Oh, that is so great. Where's the camp exactly located at?
It's at 578 Singing Hills Road, Corbin, Kentucky. It's about 9 or 10 miles off the interstate toward Grove Marina.
That is so wonderful. I see the Manna House here in your brochure. Now, is that the place for, you know, like ministering and just?
The Manna House is our kitchen.
Oh.
That's our dining hall, and currently we're building another one. We're currently in the process of building a 187 by 56 foot wide kitchen, dining hall, and worship center.
Oh, that is so wonderful. So you've got all kinds of things going on down there, and you've got summer programs like the Girls Week coming up. And how about churches? Do they need to call in advance?
What they need to do, and let me just, this is a Southern Baptist camp, but we don't turn any child away, and it's open to other, you know, kids of any denomination or no denomination can come to camp. That's not an issue, and they can come to camp. And what they need to do is call me, and I'll tell them when to come and how to register.
Oh, that's great.
And if they don't have the money, we'll try to round up a scholarship for them.
Oh, that's
because
great.
I know some families may have several children, and money hopefully is not an issue.
That is so wonderful, and you're doing such a fabulous work. And it's really a great community outreach, and that's what this program is all about, giving the information to the community. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize there's a Baptist camp. Right. And, you know, and a lot of churches would love to get involved in this.
Well, you know, a lot of people come to the camp from all over this region and from out of state, and they're just dumbfounded. You know, once they get there to see what the Lord's provided and what we have in this area, it's a tremendous resource for churches, and that's what we're there for. We're there for the churches to help build and strengthen them, and you know, help build the churches in our area.
And what a blessing. You know, of course, you got the counselors there, you got people, you got workers there, and they're taking care of these kids. You know, how many, just an average of people that you've got working there?
In the summertime, in June and July, we'll average probably, we probably have about 15 staff, high school and college age kids. Then we'll have several, probably during the summer, 4 to 5 or 6 volunteers that come in for maybe a week at a time, up to maybe stay even the entire summer.
That's great. So there's plenty of security there, and, you know, taking care of these kids, and that's something you got to really watch out for nowadays. You know, we're living in bad times, but I'm so glad that there's still good things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Over the past several years, we've averaged over 130 kids and men and women that have been saved at the camp over these past several years.
That is such a blessing. So if a young person is there at camp and they feel like the Lord's dealing with their heart, you got people there to counsel them and talk to them.
Absolutely. They can talk to their counselor. They can talk to the camp pastor for the week.
All right.
Yeah, you know, or they can come to me or my wife or whoever's, you know, they feel comfortable with.
There's just so many activities and so many things. You that's watching by the way of TV, you'd like to get your church involved in a retreat, call them. Again, the telephone number is 528-3522. Check out the website. You can see all the pictures on there and everything. You know, and it's fun. A lot of kids today don't even take the time to be a kid anymore. I mean, you got all this, like you said, the computers and the cell phones and the iPhones and the games and things like that. And it's a great activity to get out and exercise. You know?
Absolutely.
Just, it makes you feel better, it makes you look better, and you know, it's just wonderful that you all are doing this.
Thank you.
there's so much more that we can touch on too. Let's talk about the forest. You're right beside the Daniel Boone National Forest, so you do hikes.
Yeah, we have some trails that we have made ourselves, and there's some trails on the camp, on the national forest side of the property, and we occasionally take the kids out there and go on a hike and things like that. But a typical day at camp would be, we get them up approximately around 7, get them ready for breakfast at 8, Bible study at 9, and maybe some recreation before lunch. Then after lunch, we do our classes, some more recreation, and then we go in to supper, and then we go into our worship center, or worship time, and then afterwards, maybe a night we have the pool, and they have lights, and we may swim or